All right. Very good. Okay, so I'll give you guys kind of a recap here. I'm going to run back to even a little bit before the episode, the one we did this last time, just so that you're kind of all can be in the same place. So you guys basically assaulted the cog ship that looked exactly like the ship that you guys were almost rolled to the bottom on when you initially were captured, and found out that it had some goblins and a hobgoblin aboard. You basically took them out, and as you did so, you found that you basically ransacked the ship and found that it had about 70 gold worth of various coins, and then an old bounty note there that looked exactly like the bounty note that you guys found, but had different names on it, of course. One of the goblins almost got away. Whisper killed it from the boat and went to go retrieve the body, and when he stepped on the dock, it set off some sort of an alarm. From there, you guys saw that the compound sent out scouts to kind of investigate the perimeter. Some sort of half-man, half-beast creatures that you guys kind of know as beast folk seem to be of varying half races. They tracked the scent to the dock, and as they were down there getting closer and closer to Whisper, it seems one of them overheard the conversation on the boat between Strider and Alundo and called back to the compound. They then sent out some more beasts as well as a minotaur prodding some additional goblins down to the dock. They got into a tender boat and headed out to the boat you guys had just captured to investigate. Elendo tried his best to deceive them that he was one of the lieutenants that had died, and they saw through it eventually, and some battle ensued. Elendo nuked the boat with a fireball, killing most of them in one shot, and eventually you guys took out all of them, keeping one of the beast folk alive and the minotaur alive. The ship was ablaze, though, and as you did that, you noticed that a small army was amassing on the shores of the compound. So you guys decided to flee, jumped in the boats with the unconscious minotaur and the beast folk, and started rowing out to sea with some equipment too. You got out about 3 miles from your spot, and you noticed a ship passed in between you and the flaming wreckage of the ship you had just done, and seems to be turning in your direction as you guys are heading that way. So it's getting to be extremely late at night. You guys know it will definitely be morning before you reach your boat if you decide to flee in that direction based on the time of the day. And that's kind of where we stopped. So
what, a couple hours you think before morning would be our estimate?
Probably, yep. That's a good guess.
And 3 miles that we roughly that they are behind us. Do they? I mean, they're just a little speck on the horizon we just saw passing. Like, there's nowhere close to visible range right now, right?
Yeah, if it was light, you probably would be able to see them just fine. But with it being dark, all you see is basically a large ship. You can tell it's a boat that turns in your direction in the ship's light behind it and is heading in this direction. So.
Alundo, they should not be able to see us at all. It's pitch black out here.
Yes, I don't know. Maybe they're going in a random direction. I don't know.
Maybe we should just turn first.
Yeah, we could try that and see if they go that direction.
Yeah, yes. Because I feel like if we're quiet, we have to be able to sneak past these guys. They just, there's nothing reflective or shiny that might be catching their eye on your ship, on your boat, is there?
I don't think so.
I'd take a look around to see if there is any.
Yeah, let's just.
I think that would be like a percent. Yeah, to see if there's anything that might be giving us away.
Sure,
perception or something, I guess.
I can roll it. I'd probably be.
Whisper should probably do it because he's Mr. Perceptive.
Should we both roll that for each boat?
You can help each other. You can do like a help action kind of.
I can just help Whisper do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has an automatic 20 to start with, so it's pretty good. Yeah, he'll take the 20. Oh, did I roll on mine? I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, he'll still take the 20.
You think everything's hunky dory?
All right, so, all right, let's just 90 degrees right, turn both boats right away, and obviously, I mean, I'm going to look back, and I guess this might be part of the perception. We're a little boat here. Besides them being 3 miles, we're not leaving any kind of wake. We're just paddling. So, I mean, yeah, let's just see what happens here. Let's paddle out of their line to the right and go dead right. And I guess I'd really be focused on while paddling, looking right at that boat to notice if it makes any turn towards us.
Sure.
I don't know if you need to roll perception for that, but I'd just be like looking at that boat while we're paddling to the right, 90-degree angle out of their line path.
Yeah, Owen's gonna look too. He'll probably use his boat expertise to see if he sees the sails moving first, which would indicate they're moving.
If they're tacking in direction or not. Or,
Yeah.
Yep.
If you can see it, I don't know.
Right. That's going to be the hard part. Is obviously that you guys can definitely see it right now because it's in line with the ship that's on fire, but it moves out of that. It's going to be really difficult. So.
Would a big boat like that typically have lanterns at night? I mean, I guess I could just look back and see if I see them, but
not if they're all creatures that don't use
I
light.
was just gonna say, you look back and it looks pretty dark. So.
There must be minotaurs and such creatures. This isn't good.
So let's say I paddle 1,000 feet, because I don't want to wait too long. I'm not going to go any farther than that before we try something else. Does it look like they turn towards us?
Can Owen estimate about how long it would take them to get here?
Yeah, let's see. Have him roll. The hell would that be?
Investigation, or?
Yeah, that's probably good. Have him roll that. That's fine.
Are you controlling them, right?
I mean, I pulled him up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you should do it. We should just take one each, so we're not.
Let me drag him on. Can I just drag him down to the bottom so I have his character down there? Does that work?
You can, but you don't need his character. You can just click on the character itself and open it up that way.
Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I just wasn't ready for that one, but I have it.
No, it's cool. It's fine. You want to roll for him, not you, though, right? You used you, not.
I think it comes out under our name because we're logged in under that, and that's the name it comes out as.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, that's cool. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, he, because of how dark it is and all the turmoil and the fact that you guys are rowing as hard as you can, he's really not sure how long he thinks it'll take to do that for them to get there. He just knows that they're definitely heading this direction.
Would he,
I'm writing my note to the boat. I'm just getting it ready now.
Would he have advantage based on he was using like his knowledge of ships too? Because because he has a -1 investigation, and but I thought he was because he had knowledge of ships, he had advantage on that. Is that right or no?
No, he wouldn't have advantage. He would get.
You'd use his tools.
Yeah, I mean,
but he doesn't have tools, so.
Even if we give him a +5, he wouldn't really know a whole lot more. So on that roll, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yep.
So I wouldn't go far. Like I said, 1,000 feet. I feel like I would just be looking at. Hopefully, the boat's still in the line of sight of that fire to see if it's turning with us.
Okay. Yeah. Right now, I've just you guys can see that, right? You just got that little dinghy in the middle of water there. Each one of those is 30 feet, by the way.
All I see is black. Is that not right?
Oh, there should be a little box in the middle with a little thing.
I was zoomed in. All right. So is that all I see?
That's all you guys see.
So the boat's not in the line of the fire anymore?
You don't see him, no.
Okay, then if we don't see it, Orlando, I think maybe it's best if we split up at this point.
Well, if we split up, we get in trouble, then...
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, split up our boats. We should leave one boat, and hopefully they'll follow this boat as opposed to us if there's anything on it. Maybe we could even leave something shiny or reflective for them to see on this boat at night.
A minotaur head?
Do you want to still try to keep the minotaur? I think we should. Try
I was just joking. This thing's smelly.
Let's leave. let's grab some of that shiny armor off this goblin here. He's got some cheap stuff we could maybe post up on the side of the boat that will catch the reflection.
If he'll give it to us.
Is he? He's not knocked out, is he? Or I don't remember.
Who's that? The
No.
goblin?
Listen, this goblin. He'll give it to us. Goblin.
There's no goblin you have on your boat.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Jumped off the side and you guys shot and killed him in the water. That was the only goblin you
I
had.
would just take the Beastmaster's. He had a poleaxe, I think, or what do you have? A poleaxe?
He had, as far as weapons go, he had a spear and he had a crossbow. That's what he had.
The spear has like a shiny head.
Yeah, it's relatively. I mean, it's not like brilliant gleaming, but it's definitely metal.
We can
Yeah,
just
but-
set a lantern on it, but it'd be giving up a lantern. I mean, I don't know if we want to do that.
Would Yeah, let's try. I mean, I guess I would try to tie up the. Actually, I take both the oars too from the one boat. And I'll tie up that javelin so it's well maybe coming out of the boat by like 5-6 foot.
Okay.
And we're gonna just push that into the drift towards the line that they were coming in. So kind of just back behind us. Not going to go too far.
Yep.
And we're going to continue on this angle for, I would say, probably for another 1,000 feet before we turn back towards our boat.
Okay.
Armando, you and then I would actually see if I can get everyone in this boat first, because I know that's kind of going to be close.
All right. Can we all fit with the
Yeah, so-
Minotaur and?
I would start trying to transfer them and seeing if the boat could take it.
No, probably not.
Owen's pretty confident that you will be well past capacity if you try and put the Minotaur and the beast folk and the four of you in one boat.
We should just take the boat with us. If it's not following us, then perhaps it hasn't come up.
By the way, who's in what boat? Like who's in what boat?
We would. Alonda, what did you say?
Me and Whisper are in one boat with the Minotaur, probably because we're light, and then Owen and Strider is in the other boat with probably the Beastman. We'll just say.
Okay.
Just make it easy.
That's fine.
Alonda, what did you say?
We should just take both boats, and if the boat isn't following us, then we should
What
get
makes
away.
you think
But
it's not following us?
it didn't turn, right?
No, we can't see it. We instantly lost its line of sight from the fire.
Well,
It's-
That's why that was the idea to leave this. But if for some reason you think it's not following us, as far as I could tell, we just lost sight of it as soon as it got out
How
of
far away is it?
The boat.
Yeah, was it about?
It was 3 miles. We went 1,000 feet, so I assume it's traveling. Actually, I wanted to look that up. Do we know? Can Owen tell us how much faster that boat travels approximately compared to our max row speed?
You already tried to roll to see how close he was. He says,
failed.
"Well, it really depends on the distance. It depends on."
I want to roll for that. I'm a pirate background. I have plenty of knowledge of
Oh,
these types.
yeah, you do actually.
Yeah,
I didn't know
is it-
that. You fucking pirate.
Hey, it's a long history. We don't have time to get into this now.
Arr.
Investigation or?
Yep.
That's where the captain comes from. It before Strider. And like there, so I gotta go roll because I'm thinking in my mind too. I'm like, if there's no wind, we might be going faster than this fucking boat, depending on if there's wind.
You would think this boat can probably quadruple your speed without a problem.
In the current like wind conditions.
Current conditions. Yep.
So it's probably maybe 2.25 miles if it was going towards us, but it's unlikely.
I don't even think it
It's
was
not
that much.
Well, remember, you just made a turn and went.
No, I went 1,000 foot, so if it went 4 times, it went 4,000 feet. I can do math. 2.25 miles is a pretty good approximation.
And how many? And smart guy, how many feet are in a mile? Go ahead and do that math.
280, yeah. So
Okay.
a 2.25 miles left behind us. Unless you want me to triangulate from the 1,000 foot we went to the right, it was a pretty good fucking approximation.
I was close. You were close.
Yeah. So Alondo, I feel like it's just over 2 miles behind us if it sees us. We don't. I just can't tell if it picked up that we turned.
I think we should keep going with both the boats. Just have the one boat ready to shove off if we need to.
I'm concerned by the time we would see it, it may be too late.
Whisper says,
What? Speak up.
he points. And you look over and the Minotaur is awake.
What? Oh no!
We did. We tied him up.
No, he's tied up. He's not struggling. You can just
Yeah.
see his eyes are open. And he's
Yeah.
looking at you.
By the way, while we're talking and have this conversation, I think this is obvious, but we are not stopping paddling. We're paddling.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yes. Yeah, I assumed that. I assumed.
We don't have his mouth gag, do we? Probably
No,
not.
but he hasn't spoken at all.
You
I'm
there.
gonna say-
What's your name?
It's very interesting.
Oh, I still look like the Hobgoblin, by the way.
He says, it's very interesting. First time I've ever seen slaves that have returned to their home. And yet, I can't figure out what your play is here. You really think you're going to outrun a galleon?
We have plans.
Do you really think we're alone, silly Minotaur? I just stay from the next boat.
He looks in your direction. You don't think we know about your ship that's 10 miles out?
Problem.
All right, I start writing this down in the notes.
If you do know about it, you should be worried.
Uh,
I think you underestimate who you're dealing with here.
Who are we dealing with? Wait, we don't have time for this. We gotta decide. We gotta decide what to do.
So I just said while you're doing that, 45-degree turn back towards our ship, so we're kind of going a little bit more in the angle towards it.
Okay, sure. Yep, you're rowing for all you're worth, and he's just looking at you.
Hmm.
You know, I'm impressed. It's been a long time since I had a challenge in battle. I definitely didn't expect it from folks as squishy as yourselves.
We're not
I could-
squishy. You're
I could
actually
put in-
squishier.
I could put in a good word for you. With Boda.
Boda? Boda's the head of that boat?
No. Boda's the head of the Hellcats.
Oh, I see. And, this Boda, so, we are not,
While he's kind of like struggling with it.
tell
like,
us,
a minute.
how do you take control of the slaves once they get the collars on?
All in good time.
If you won't talk,
The way
then I think
see,
you should swim. What do you think, Whisper?
Wizard's like,
Yeah.
Minotaur, you see these collars around our neck. Let's cut to the chase. How can we get these collars off? And you might be able to live here if you can give us some useful information.
it all comes back to Boda. The way that I see it, you have two choices. You can kill me and the slave there, toss us over, flee for your lives, be overrun by the galleon and blown out of the water here. Or you can surrender, go back to the compound. I'll put in a good word with Boda, and you can negotiate for your lives. Whatever you'd like.
He's a negotiating type.
He's a pirate. Have you ever heard of a pirate who didn't negotiate?
Wonders.
Have you?
But with these colors on, I think that he has the upper hand. And
Oh,
Have you ever heard of a pirate who gave in and just went back to be captured?
the smart ones do.
The
You
dead
can
one.
You can always escape another day. You can only die once. He says, you do have those collars. And I'm sure by now you know what happens if they don't come off. And by the looks of ya, I'm betting it's soon they need to come off. So, you decide.
I grab my collar that's not there because I'm gonna look like the Hobgoblin.
He didn't even know you have a collar. He's not really looking at you, so he's looking at Whisper and at Strider and obviously Owen. So he kind of just leans back in the boat. The boat kind of rocks forward a little bit with his weight. Your choice. Time's a wasting.
I don't know. I just wish Owen and Whisper weren't so quiet.
This is a better group decision than two.
Tell me this. How do you know about our boat?
I think he speaks wisdom here. I'm gonna incite him. Actually, maybe Whisper will, cause he can tell lies. So there you go.
He does. He has some kind of
yes, he has
some-
ear for deceit. I will send that to you.
Yeah.
So basically, he can't roll lower than 7, and it'll be versus his deception or persuasion. Persuasion if he's telling the truth. Deception if he's lying.
All right, I'll roll that then. We'll
And you
see.
could even roll both if he's doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
But it'd probably be only versus one of his rolls, so you can tell the difference. Well, his is only for deceit, so that's not for.
Only for deceit.
Yeah, but if he's not, he knows if he's not lying, right? Basically.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll. I'll let you know.
So wait, it's a wisdom insight. I'm thinking that because he does everything. So he does everything with insight. I think that he should just have advantage on insight, and not investigation.
Yeah.
But he had specialties in everything. So let me change that real quick. Normal expertise for. Okay, so he'll just roll his insight. Boom. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want me to roll in the tower? I can roll
No,
again in
that's
the tower. I don't care.
Nope, that's okay. No problem. It's because it's a resisted roll. So you don't
Yeah,
really know
so
what
you like don't know what they got, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah, Whisper has a pretty good feeling that he thinks he's telling the truth. At least most of it is the truth. He's not sure what put in a good word means.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was thinking. So I want to, Minotaur, I want to ask you, do you think if we go back, you could get these collars off for us?
Can I get the collars off for you?
Can
No.
you get Boda to take them off?
No, I won't deceive you, friend. It's I can assure that you'll get an audience with Boda without getting killed before you get there. And I'll even let him know that you bested me in combat, which I don't do lightly.
Well, I mean, won't that be obvious? You're in a boat.
It is what it is. That's what I can assure you. Otherwise, kill me.
Whisper brings out a knife.
I'm like, no, Whisper, no.
He's like, damn.
Steiner, what do you say? Owen? And
I think it's a big chance to take. Whether we believe this Minotaur or not, I can't easily succumb to being taken prisoner.
well, I tell you what, I'm gonna start.
Are you-
I'm gonna start messaging him.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
message in the
yes.
Swagger. I figured. Okay.
Yes, I didn't know he was up before, so I wouldn't have messaged. So you start hearing this in the head, and we just start talking in messages. Well, I can maybe help prepare something. Unfortunately, I have this crystal around my neck. That's what I need to cast spells, and without my spell components, I can't cast it. So, I don't know. You've heard stories where people, put these things up their rump.
I say back, oh man, I have no idea what you're talking about.
They when they get captured, I've heard many stories where people needed things while captured, valuable things. They put it up their ass.
You have room for some of my weaponry as well.
I'm not putting it up my ass. I mean, no.
Just a rapier or a short sword.
No, I mean, I just need this crystal and I can cast spells, so I can probably help get us out. And
Are you suggesting that we go with them?
well, I mean, he has a good point, and like, even if they know about our ship, that means how are we gonna get out of here?
Well, that's what I was just.
They're
asking.
gonna we could tell the ship to get lost, but then how are we gonna get out of here? If we use the rope trick, we do have a problem.
Minotaur, what do you know of our ship?
What do I know? Does it matter?
It does.
It does.
You don't know what we're saying, but
If we cooperate with you, you need to cooperate with us and give us some information.
He just kind of laughs.
we'll know if you're lying.
We've talked about your options. You can take them or leave them. I'm not about to disclose how the Hellcats get their information about the ships in the vicinity of their compound. It's
Minotaur, is this how your species? Is this how all of you are? I saved your life. You were going down on a burning ship, and I easily could have left you. We've treated you well. Yes, you're here, our prisoner on this boat, but you attacked us, and we saved you. We didn't let you go down with the rest of your men because you were an honest fighter.
Actually, he didn't really attack us. I mean, I did launch the fireball and all.
yeah. You take me for a fool. You think that you think for a second that I don't believe that you took me purely for leverage. I'm not a dumb ox after all.
Leverage for what? We didn't even know a ship would be following us when we took you.
And then why did you take me other than for leverage or for information?
Information, yes.
I'm no fool. And I am not about to betray the Hellcats. As I said,
If you expect us to trust you, you need to give us some information. How can we trust you if you can't even tell us a simple thing as to what you know about our boat?
Oh, I don't expect you to trust me. You'd be a fool to trust me. All I'm saying is you have two options. And I am willing to help because of what you did to me in combat. I am impressed, as I said. But if you choose to go your own way and off me and my slave here, so be it. If I fall, then I don't have to hear the ribbing that I'll get from the rest of the men.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, purely to shut you up. There's nowhere you'll be able to go that they won't be able to find me. Whether it's dark, not dark, underwater, underground, they will be able to find me.
How? Oh, that's how they know where we're at. Of course.
I'm waiting for you to message me again. So
I say it out loud, of course, because I'm like, oh. Now I message. Yes, that's right. They have some kind of way of tracking their prisoners, and So this is a problem.
So I think we have an obvious another option of we can leave the Minotaur on another boat.
I think maybe Tickles works for him. Yes, that's how they know our ship is out there. The guy we have on our ship, the prisoner. I bet you he's paid by them, is tracked by them. I bet you these guys are all part of the big network.
Who's Tickles? I don't recall this system you speak of.
Rickles, whatever his name is.
Rickles.
I call him Tickles.
Okay, Rickles. Interesting.
He said multiple names: Pickles, Rickles, Tickles. You know,
The big fat guy.
he is large.
And I replied back into the message.
Yeah, we
London.
we can just keep talking. It's fine. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
And I would just say back, are you suggesting we go back with them and let ourselves be captured?
Yes, probably. I think so. I think this is a lot bigger than we thought. And not as simple. I mean, if they know where our ship is, our ship will get destroyed and then we'll be abandoned out here in water. So, we could get away with what we're gonna do if the Minotaur didn't already hear our plans, which he probably did. I didn't know he was even awake. I should have thought of that.
I believe he may have just regained consciousness, but yes, I do not know either. He was next to you.
Yes, I think he was tricking us the whole time. I don't think we actually took him out. I think that he played dead to find out who we were. So,
I'm thinking while I'm paddling.
Rolling fast.
Out of breath. What should we do?
listen, I think we should go back. I think he's
Uh,
right.
get
We
a
don't have a
message to
choice.
Can you get a message to our boat with your bat?
Yes.
Let's explain the situation. I'm saying this in the message, obviously, to them. Explain the situation to them and tell them they might want to abandon Rickles and make some way from him.
Yes, I will write everything down.
I'm gonna write pretty much all this information down. This is only to go to Shalrag. And basically, I think instructions would be, we're gonna leave the bat with you. And
Tell them we should abandon Rickles for now, right?
what's that?
They should probably abandon Rickles for now, so they can't be tracked.
No, I don't think they should. I don't think it matters because I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters. Let me write this. I'm gonna tell them that we suspect that there's someone on board that, or no, they just have a way. They know they're out there. We'll just tell them that. That's fine.
They're always going to be able to track us, regardless of the outcome of our situation, if we keep Rickles on that boat.
Maybe. I don't really know. I have to look.
Okay, so I think back. I want to use my
I'm just guessing here. I could be
Does Rickles
wrong.
have a collar on?
Who?
Rickles doesn't have a
No,
collar.
no,
Rickles didn't have a collar on, right?
no.
He does not.
But we do. So it could be.
Yeah.
It could be us. Or it could be Rickles. There could be many possibilities. But I just kind of spurt off the mouth at the moment, and it just. You know what? I gotta write this.
Let's just write it.
Yeah.
I'm
Explain the
gonna
situation.
explain. They have a way to track. I'm gonna say.
And tell them we, if things don't go well for us, we may need assistance. I don't know if we're gonna have any way, and so if we're not back in 2 days or something, that they should plan to break us out.
No, I will leave the bat with them, and if the bat disappears in midair, that means we're in trouble.
Aye, okay. Make sure you explain that to
Wait.
Shalrag.
I won't be able to tell the bat to come here. The only thing I can do is tell it to disappear. So, there you go.
Yeah, that won't work then. If you can tell it to disappear, right?
Yes.
So just explain that to Shalrag that if that bat disappears, that means we need help.
Yes. think so. I think that would work.
You look over at the Minotaur, and he's got this shit-eating grin on his face as he watches you guys rowing frantically. Alando doing random hand signs and then furiously writing on a piece of paper, and he's just kind of sitting back and smirking randomly, looking at his bonds and kind of making do. Made a decision yet?
You drive a hard bargain. How do you know? How do you know of our ship?
I like step over the boat real quick and just put a gag in that Minotaur's mouth.
You can pull the boats together and get over in the other boat?
And then I get back. Then I just get back in mine.
Yeah,
It's just.
Well, you'll have to slow down to do that, so if you'd like to, you can.
I'm doing that, but obviously when I get back into the boat, I'm turning around to go towards the direction of the galleys.
Okay. So you guys slow down, climb over, you gag the Minotaur.
Then I turn around.
And then turn around the other direction. All right.
And I'm just going to say to him, we're going back, but I've had enough of your lip.
He mumbles something through the gag. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
and then-
message him.
What'd you say?
I message the Minotaur.
Oh, the Minotaur?
Yeah.
If you'd like me to prevent you from them blowing you out of the water here, you may want to cut me free so that I can signal them. Your choice.
He's telling us to cut him free because they could blow us out of the water or something. Oh, this is getting. I don't know if I like this adventuring anymore. It's getting tough.
Orlando, you could do what you want with that beast you have over there, but tell him to keep his mouth shut until we get back to his friends.
And I give the names of everyone we know, too. That I give the name of the commander guy in the note and stuff like that. So I give them basically everything that happened, everything we know.
Okay. That's cool. So you send off the bat. That's cool.
And one thing to tell me before I do that, where do they keep the prisoners on your island?
Where do they keep the prisoners?
Yes.
The slaves. The slaves.
Yes.
And the slaves to be sold.
Well, you have prisoners, don't you?
Yeah, we have slaves. We don't really have prisoners. But yeah, in the compound. Why?
All right. Thanks.
I just write information so that
Okay.
Shalrag might know where we would be if we're trapped inside or something.
Okay.
I didn't get much out of that, but I was seeing what you'd say.
Okay. I hate this.
He holds out his wrist to you. The Minotaur does.
Oh my god, what an asshole. He's an asshole.
Strider, Strider? Are you there?
Did he freeze
Yeah.
or something? Oh, okay.
I just like say, I'm here, old man.
What do we do? I don't know. I mean, this is all.
If it
I read about
Alonda-
negotiations. I don't know what to do when I get to them.
It
I
was,
mean,
if it was just me, I would have left you all for bait for these guys while I went back to the ship. So I'll let you free that Minotaur if that's what you think is best.
Whisper says, "Cut him loose. I'll run him through if he decides to act up."
right? You cut him. I'm not too good with a knife.
I would say back to Orlando, maybe you want to just free his hands at the moment until we get in range of his ship so he doesn't try anything.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean,
so we does that roll for deception still go? Is that, or is he got to re-roll if we talk to this guy more?
To see if he's lying. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can roll another insight check.
Why don't you just ask that Minotaur? He seems pretty honest, Orlando. ask him to give his word that he will not cause us any harm, and that he is going to try his best to talk to Balrag in our favor.
All right.
He seems like an honest pig.
So you're gonna try your best then to talk in our favor to this Balrag guy.
And won't try anything if we let you loose here.
Well, you can just ask him. He's right there. You just did. What? Answer him.
Yeah, but you need to take that gag out of his mouth. I'm back on my boat.
Oh,
He
okay.
can't.
What? Go ahead, Whisper.
Whisper reaches around, rips the gag out of his mouth, and cuts his bind.
He just does it, yeah. He cuts the chase. Good
Because
choice.
he's annoyed at this point. The Minotaur just wrings his wrists and says, "Wise choice."
And I Whisper, if he tries anything, kill him.
He raises his hands like this, and he just says, and he points kind of at his belt, and he takes one hand slowly down to his belt, slides it across, and pulls out what appears to be some sort of looks like almost made out of like seashell material, kind of some sort of a makeshift maybe horn, holds it up and blows one long note.
Oh no. Now he knows where we're at for sure.
And I definitely would want to look like I'm headed towards them too. So
Takes it away from his mouth, holds it up, and he says, "That's not to call reinforcements. It's purely to let them know that I'm free. Just wanted to let them know so they don't either blow us out of the water or just run right over the ships here."
Wait.
I'm gonna message Strider. I'm like,
I think he might have tricked us. Because if the whole time he heard us talking about our boat, he didn't tell us any information what we know of the boat or how.
but we would have known. Whisper would have known if he was trying to deceive us. I mean, Whisper would have seen right through that type of deception.
I hope.
he's rolling again because you had him roll again. So
Come on.
oh,
This
that's
is-
higher. That's good rolls.
He believes he's being truthful.
All right.
So we'll run ahead and make sure we're both heading in the direction of where we think that ship would be coming from where we saw it, just so they know we're heading at them.
Yep.
And I guess, is the Minotaur fully free?
He's still bound at the feet, but his hands and his mouth's free, and he's now stood up in the bow. So he's
I don't know how to say, Orlando, he seems like he might be trustworthy, so might as well just free him for his
Okay.
friends.
Okay. Go ahead, Whisper.
I'm still watching him.
Good. Oh, what?
He just shakes his head. All right, so you guys wait. Do you guys do anything else? As you're sitting and kind of discussing things, you see just at the edge of your vision a spot out there that's even darker than the approaching. As the night kind of lightens, as dawn starts to approach, you see a spot that's even darker directly in front of you that seems to be heading in your direction. And as you wait a bit longer, you start to see what appears to be a ship heading in your direction. Sails are now no longer at full. They seem to be pulling down, and the ship seems to be slowing. And you hear something that you assume is conversation that none of you understand as the ship slowly slides up in your direction. As they get within about 300 feet, you hear shouting from the deck in a language you don't understand, and the Minotaur answers back in some sort of language. And the boat slows even further and pivots and turns. though it is now broadside to you. You see that this boat is bristling with weaponry. You quickly count on the one side alone 30 cannons. And that's not counting the small swivel cannons that you see up on deck as well. These are all the ones that are at about the water line.
Do we see like any people on deck at this point? Look like people in charge?
You do. You see 5 Minotaurs, and difficult to count from this distance, but you'd guess probably 30 to 40 of these beast folk, all wearing collars, that are milling about on the deck here.
I kind of would like put my hand up in the air and wave. Ahoy! We brought back your Minotaur.
Minotaur looks over at you, shakes his head a little bit, looks back at the ship. So you guys continue up to the ship, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would look for if they have a not like a rope like a rope thing we can.
They do.
Yeah, I would go towards that.
You continue on, moving in this direction. As you get within about, let's just say 90 feet, there are now probably 25 crossbows that are leveled over the side, pointed at you guys, just so you know. And there's a Minotaur on deck, looks over the side towards you guys and says, Terrell, everything under control here? And the Minotaur boat says, yes. They'll bring the Unbound aboard. Seems that we'll be adding a few more slaves to the pens for sale. And Terrell says, actually, they're requesting an audience with Boda. And he looks over the side and says, what? Slaves requesting an audience. When do we grant an audience to slaves? This is made a promise that they could at least say their piece. Minotaur indexes your funeral and turns around and walks the other way. They drop the rope ladder down to the boats, and you see the you guys start to climb the ladder, I'm assuming, or what do you do?
There was a couple before when the ship was like coming up. I was hurriedly doing a couple things. I just didn't want to interrupt, but so I made a rope necklace.
Okay.
All right. Basically, I'm getting material components ready if I need it. So, and then eyelash encased in gum arabic. What is that? What's gum arabic? That's like
it's like a resin almost.
Glue, right? Yeah. Okay. Can I put that in my collar?
Sure.
Okay.
There's enough room you guys can get about a finger's width in between your collar and your necks, just so you know, all the way around.
Okay. Well, as long as it can like stick in my collar, I'm gonna put it in there, and then so there's a lot. Maybe a small piece of cured leather. I would have these components already, but
yeah.
I don't think ruby dust I'll be able to do it because I don't know where to put it. And then a small feather. I'm gonna use the gum arabic to stick with the feather in there.
You just say stuff it kind of around the perimeter of the collar in there. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Let me see what. Oops. How come it doesn't tell you the components? That's weird. Anyways, that's it, I think.
Okay. That's cool. So you guys start heading up the rope ladder, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. You guys head up. What do you guys do with the beast folk that's unconscious in the boat?
I would untie him and let them know that we have one of their slaves unconscious to bring aboard. Can you send somebody down for him? I would just, kind of just yell up. You want to send somebody down for this slave? He's stable. He's just unconscious.
They look over to the side, and the Minotaur that was on the top of the deck that was talking to the one in your boat says, Terrell, that one of yours? He says, aye. He says, well, you know what to do then. And Terrell looks over at the beast beast folk that's there. And all of a sudden you see the collar constrict. It just squeezes, and the beast folk's eyes pop open clearly and just starts writhing in place. The collar continues to constrict to the point where it's digging into his neck. It's now to the point where it's embedded in his flesh. He can't get his fingers in around it. And it's about half the circumference of what his neck is. It's now blood gushing out around the sides. His eyes bulge from his head, and he falls back dead.
Nasty business.
Says,
I make a prayer to Agmon.
He's Terrell looks at Hugo and says, Boda doesn't take failure very lightly.
I would just look back at the beast and say, what a waste.
Terrell climbs up the ladder after you guys as you head up. On deck, you're the half circle surrounded beast folk of all types that are there. Definitely the ones you saw before. One that looks like it's half mouse or house, half rat, half human. One that looks like it's fox. One that looks like it's part bear. And then you see one you didn't see before that looks like it may be half shark.
Oh man!
It's absolutely a terrifying thing. And they all have crossbows leveled in your area. You've got 15 people around with crossbows pointed, and the Minotaur holds open a sack in front of you. Empty your pockets, slaves.
All right.
Which Minotaur is looking at us? The other one?
Yeah, the one that was talking to you from the top deck.
Guess we'll empty our pockets.
Okay. You guys dump everything? Do you try and hold anything back?
Whisper is gonna try to hold his lockpicks, I believe.
Okay. You can roll stealth in the tower for me, please.
Yes. I keep losing too many character sheets. Damn it. I don't know where it went. Ugh. And then when you play with the windows too much, they all hide automatically for you. Fucking annoying as fuck. Wait a minute. They just all hit on me. Well, at least it makes it easier to find. So he's got +6 to his stealth. Can he use any? I think so.
Anybody else try and hide anything, or just Whisper?
Yeah. I would like to try to hide my. Well, I have 2 books, my spell book and the other special book. I would like to try to hide my spell book, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So, where would I hide it? I'm gonna try to hide my material component, my necklace. I'm just not gonna give him my necklace. Just leave it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would just empty the basic items out of my pockets, and I would pretty much be waiting for him to ask for something else. But I would come up, offer the basic things out of my pocket, things I didn't really care about, and I would reply back that, here you go, friend, but I'm no man's slave. I don't even know how this collar got around my neck. As I'm sure you can see, it's not bound.
That'll be corrected shortly.
Fuck. This might have been a bad idea.
This is all of it. There's always one. He points at Whisper. That too.
Whispers.
You rolled a 2.
Yeah.
That's right.
Awesome. Go Whisper.
Hmm.
Whisper's like, of course.
Hands it over, I'm assuming.
I didn't know you meant this too.
Yeah.
Those are just my play tools.
He says, don't make me strip you naked. The human form is disgusting.
Those are just my sex toys.
Anyways, yeah, he gives it up.
Okay. What else were you gonna hide? Did you want to hide something? I know you said you weren't gonna offer it all up, but do you give it all up then after he says that, Strider, or no?
Did he like specifically say anything? Like, I mean,
But it's all you guys. You said all of it. Don't make me strip you naked.
yeah, whatever. I don't care.
I give him basically everything except for the. I have like a necklace with a crystal on it, which I use for my spell focus.
Yeah. He doesn't take that. He's more concerned about weapons and items
Yeah.
and stuff. So.
Most of the time, that's what it is.
Yep. Okay. He looks at the absolutely terrifying half shark thing and says, "Take them to the brig." He walks up to you, and he reeks. He smells of rotting fish, and his skin, you can tell, is just looks like he's been out of the water too long. It's kind of like a drying scaled look to him, all grayish kind of a look, and he growls something that you clearly don't understand and prods with the crossbow in the direction.
I have one question. What is your name, Commander of this ship? Captain.
Move, slave, he says. And prods you guys along.
This is not what we came here for. Okay.
You guys cooperate, I'm assuming?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
They take you below deck. This
No.
ship's massive. It's absolutely huge. They take you down 2 levels to an area that looks like it's designed specifically for prisoners. And they put you in shackles, shackle your hands together with a chain that runs to your ankles that doesn't allow you to quite stand up all the way. You have to crouch a little bit. Pretty uncomfortable. You can sit comfortably, but you can't really stand. You're not chained to the floor, but then they also put you in basically an iron cage as well that they lock as well. They toss you in and lock it. You look around the ship, and you actually see that there are 6 other cells just like this that will probably hold a dozen people per cell, and it's completely empty other than you guys. He walks away, and you look to either end of the room that you're in, and you see that there are 2 sets of guards at either end, both with crossbows, of these half-breed kind of beast folk standing there. All right.
alright, yeah. We do nothing but cry.
A very short time later, you feel the ship lurch into motion, and you can tell that it is turning. And you guys don't need to roll. You can tell that it's heading based on the fact that the direction now the sun is just barely starting to come up. You can see a little bit of light that trickles in, and you can see that it is starting to pan slowly across the room, and you're veering back towards what you'd assume is the compound.
I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages to restart it.
Okay. Cool.
It's a ritual. It takes like 10 minutes as a ritual. And why not detect magic?
How restrictive? Because your hands are shackled. Is it?
I probably couldn't do it. I don't think, because it's verbal, somatic, and material. So that means I have to use a hand. It's okay.
No, that's all right. We'll give you a chance. We'll say go ahead and roll an Arcana check, and if you can beat a 20, you can do it. How's that?
Sounds like a plan. Yay!
Yeah, look at you go.
Yeah. All right.
So even though your hands are bound, you're able to just get the motions enough to be able to cast the spell.
And I don't think there's. Oh man, that see invisibility thing's gone, and wand's gone.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Started off with slaves.
Take a
back
nap.
slaves.
You guys might as well do your short rest. Everyone might as well do a short rest while we're
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
Because
You absolutely could. You absolutely can.
I mean, do we have the time to do a long rest?
No, not a long rest. But a short rest is an hour. It'll take you that long to get back to where you were.
So Whisper will use hit dice to heal. Oh, that's a good roll.
Hell yeah, it is.
That pretty much did it. That's all he needs.
Awesome.
How do I tell which dice I use to heal?
You're just gonna click on the hit dice down there, and it'll do it for you.
Yeah, and mark it off. Each
Whisper
dice
probably
you
wants
use.
to, or not Whisper. Owen probably wants to too.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. You can just keep hitting it into your heal, basically, or whatever amount you want. And remember, it with a long rest, you only get half your hit dice back, so it's not like totally expendable just to use them all every time.
Hitting
Right.
it so that I can just roll again now?
Just click it again.
Yeah.
Yep. If
Yep.
you want more back. Yep.
You restored
Wow.
10.
Why even roll then? Why not just restore it all? I'm confused at why I'm rolling.
No,
you got it.
you restored 19. Are you at full hit points now? With 19 more.
What did I just asked?
Well, I didn't hear you.
I said, why are you even rolling then? If I could just do it to full, why wouldn't I just say I'm at full?
You only have a certain number of hit dice. You
Yeah.
only have 3 hit dice or whatever level you are. So.
So you can't do it as many times as you want. You can do 3
Yeah.
at my level.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can use 1 if you want. You don't have to use all 3, is what he was saying.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So I restored 19 so far.
How much were you down?
Second. I'm down 5 more.
Wait.
Your call.
Yeah.
And they get restored when I do hit
Only
dice?
half when you do a long rest. So.
Yep.
Only half of the hit dice?
Yeah.
Right.
What's half of 3? I mean, do I go round up?
I don't.
Rounds up.
Yeah, does it? I don't know. No.
I think so. I think it does.
Probably makes sense.
I think you get 2 back if it's 3.
I guess I just want to get the full, so I want to roll a third.
Yeah, good.
So how do you figure out what do you get? 2? It means
It's in the chat. So you got 19 plus the 5. So.
You might have
Yeah.
only needed to roll 2 dice. I don't know how
Exactly.
many hit points down you were.
I was down 27.
There you go. And you
Okay.
got it. You got it back.
Just
Now I'm
about.
gonna
Now you're up 24 from the 27 you're down, so you're only 3 hit points off from your max.
Yep.
I'll do Owens.
Yeah, he's down to like very little.
He's hurt.
Whatever the potion gave him.
He's got like 8 left or something.
Oh, that's a good roll. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Booyah. What sucks on these when you roll low, it's like, oh no!
Yeah.
There's worse.
I mean, I'm thinking he's gonna want to use his last one too. I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
I think he'll use full. I would if I were you guys, because... Oh, whatever. Well, 20 is better than none.
so he's at 28 now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's something.
Of 29. I mean, he's almost full.
Yeah, he's good. All right. So the stench in here is pretty overwhelming. You can tell that it's probably never been completely cleaned out of here before. You can see the remnants of what is probably black, congealed blood from God knows how many slaves and prisoners have been stored down here over the years. The manacles are the only thing that seem to have been kept in good repair. Everything else is in bad repair. The deck is mold covered and slick when you walk across it, and you can almost feel the agony and the pain radiating from the enclosure that you guys are kept in. You guys do anything before you get back to the compound.
Well, we can talk in message. I can probably. Well, no. Wait, let me see. I forget if message has.
Move your hand. I think you have to move your hands.
Yeah, I think we do too. Actually, when I think about it. Yep, it's all 3. So
You
that's
still talk.
pretty tough.
You can still talk though.
Yeah. It's nice to do it in message so nobody can hear us. Do we see a guard anywhere?
Yeah, there's 2. There's 2 sets of guards. There's 2 at one end of the room. There's 2 at the other, and they're definitely within earshot based on what you know of the beast folk that overheard you guys from the dock. So they're pretty sure you're pretty sure they'd be able to overhear a conversation, even whispered.
And what are they? Are they shark people that have us down here?
One is the shark guy. He took a post there. Another one is some sort of looks like either a fox or coyote hybrid there. The other one on the other end looks to be one of the canine style, and then maybe one of the rat style on the other end.
So, you guards over there, I just have a question for you. What kind of creatures are you? I'm curious.
They don't even look in your direction.
I kind of figured they wouldn't.
Well, I was thinking that maybe I would like to, write about you sometime.
You can see I'm like tremendously nervous. I'm just going off.
That's exactly what would happen.
What type of beasts do they look like?
One is looks like some sort of a shark hybrid. The other one looks like it's maybe part fox or part coyote and some other humanoid. The other 2 looks like one's a canine dog kind of look, and the other one looks like it's maybe some sort of rat or mouse with some sort of humanoid race.
You rat.
I guess I would just try to. They will have collars on, right?
All 4 of them have collars, yes.
I can't really do much anyway. I mean,
Yeah. None of us are the charismatic type, so that's about all. I think we just wait. Personally, that's the only thing I'm gonna do is just wait. I mean, if we try to escape, we're kind of gonna be in the same situation. We might be able to escape, but then we still have to get our stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when we go back, we're gonna be bound. Hopefully, we can make a deal. If not, we'll be stuck in the thing, and then we'll have to figure a way out. So.
In what thing?
In the compound.
I'd say I can't believe you talked me into allowing us to be captured by these criminals.
It wasn't me. It was Minotaur. I mean.
Oh, it was you. He wasn't convincing me.
Well, what he said, it made sense. And there's one thing I didn't quite tell you, but I will tell you now that I wrote in a note.
Which I did write in a note that these guys should get away from the shore from their current position. The boat.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I didn't want to say anything when I was there writing it. Just so they're in a different position.
We'll just wait.
All right. Time goes by. It's about 2 hours, a little less than that, and you feel the ship come to a halt, slowly slowing down. And then all of a sudden, you hear chain going rolling off the side, a loud splash, and then the boat comes to a halt. A few minutes later, you see that the large half shark thing comes to your cage, unlocks it, motions with the crossbow in your direction, growls something you don't understand, but motions you with the tip of the crossbow.
I probably understand it.
Oh, you do? Matter of fact.
I don't know how long it's been. It lasted an hour. So
It's been 2, so no, you don't understand.
I'll just cast. I'll just keep casting it if I
Okay,
can.
you can
I'll
roll-
just roll again.
You can roll an Arcana check again if you beat a 20. I'll say you can cast it.
Boo!
Oh,
Missed
so
that
close.
one.
So you attempt. It's very difficult with your hands bound. So he says something that sounds half bubbly, kind of fish noise, and half humanoid, kind of come out of his throat, and motions with the crossbow. I'm assuming you guys walk out.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He walks up behind you, and you notice that the other guard that was stationed with him falls in line in front of you guys as you guys head out. So he's in front, and the half weird shark thing is behind you.
I would kind of just really pay attention to what I saw as soon as we got out the door, like what the ship layout was like, all the information of like guards around me, just kind of looking around as we walk. But I would follow right where he's leading.
Yeah. Like I said, you went down 2 decks. So as you go up 1 more deck, you notice this looks like it probably is some sort of crew quarters, maybe. You know, that's where they are probably bedding down, similar to your ship.
And do I see like other people in their beds, or do I see other crew there?
Their hammocks, just like you guys have, just lots of them.
Is there a lot of crew on board right now? Like they're all full?
Looks like that there's probably not much more than what you guys saw on deck here. Your guess is probably maybe 50 people on board at this point. A lot, but not definitely at capacity for this ship. So you get up to top deck, and the first thing you notice off to your kind of right, to your starboard, is there's the ship that you guys are on now is completely consumed in flame. It is just a towering inferno.
The ship that we're on right now?
No, the ship
No,
that we were on. Yeah.
You guys were on. It's just a complete inferno over there, and it's slowly still sinking into the water. About half of it is submerged, but the part that's not in the water is still just burning like crazy. There, you can almost feel the heat from here. It's that large of a fire, and you see them lowering additional boats over the side, and the crew slowly being ferried back across to the compound. Now, after some time, they motion you into the boats. You climb in, and you notice Terrell, the Minotaur, who you guys captured, who is now, looks like he's been bandaged up a bit, and is now in the boats with you guys, and heading to the shore. They take you over to the docks and march you up to the compound. It's now dawn, and you can tell now that there's enough sun to really make things out that the stonework of the keep or of the compound appears to be extremely finely well made. The joints are very, very tight. They're looks to be very, very, very well made, which is not what you would expect from a pirate encampment. The towers have, just like it looks like the pictures, have these large points that go up on the top that make it look more castle-like than compound-like. As well as you've got, the stonework along the top is all cut out, and it appears to be ready for siege more than anything else. It also looks that, although it looks as if it's been standing here for quite a while, very finely crafted, but you can definitely tell that the seas have taken their tolls over the year and are starting to erode various areas of the stonework, although it still seems to be holding up well. So you walk into the compound, and this is huge, by the way. This is to scale. So each one of those squares or hexagons, I should say, is 30 feet. So it's pretty good size. They walk you in.
Are we still bound?
Yeah, you're bound. Yep. Yeah, you're definitely bound. So you can't quite stand up. You're chained to your feet, so you can just kind of shuffle along as you guys are going.
Is our Minotaur, what's his name with the T?
Terrell, yeah.
Terrell with us?
Yeah, he's right there with you. You do notice he's walking with you guys rather than next to you guys. So it's you're kind of it doesn't feel quite the same as what the rest of the Minotaurs do. So just so you know,
Is he bound?
he is not bound.
So I say, Terrell, we came here of our free will. Can we have our bounds removed at least? We're walking around as if we're a common thief.
He looks in your direction. He says, "I'd quiet your tongue if I was you, human."
I would just keep walking.
Okay. Walks you inside, and you see the inside of the compound, part of it anyways here. And the walls continue. There's a staircase directly in front of you. You guys are walking in kind of right here, by the way. You walk in, and you see there's a large staircase in front of you that leans up to the top. There's actually a secondary wall on the inside, and there's a catwalk that runs around the entire perimeter on the inside here that is heavily guarded. You look around and you see that there are beast folk periodically spaced across the entire walls there. It looks like they're standing very interested in what's happening down here, kind of in the courtyard area. But you can see at a quick glance that there's a dozen just in these two walls. There's 6 here, and there's 6 kind of above you as you walk in. You can see kind of standing on this wall as well. You walk in, and they immediately take you to this tower area right here. I think that's it. Let me make sure. 1 second.
Mr. Tower.
Where did it go? Oh, there it is. They immediately take you. Nope, I lied. Sorry. They immediately take you over to the staircase directly in front of you. And they march you up the stairs. As they do so, they get to that catwalk, and you see the beast folk immediately snap to attention. As the Minotaur and the other beast folk, the one that was on deck, is now walking behind as well, and bring you up, and you make that hard turn to the north and head up to an entrance, and I will show you what that looks like. You walk up, and you see a staircase. Make that turn and head into a space on this side over here, which appears to be some sort of a holding cell area. They walk you in, open the door, and push each one of you into a separate.
Are we supposed to be seeing something?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't move the thing.
Didn't move the thing.
There you
I was like, is he gonna reveal the map? What's going on? What?
go. What's happening here?
What's happening?
Do you see that now?
Yeah.
I see.
So walks you up. You guys come up the staircase, move this direction, and then get taken into this holding cell area. Doors are opened, and you guys are pushed into random cells along the way. Looks like 1 per cell. As you guys are doing so, I'm sure you see it's pretty dark. There's no windows in any of these cells, but there is a very small, maybe 4-inch by 4-inch opening with some steel bars in it that you can see out into the main hallway there. And you notice that Terrell gets pushed into one of the cells as well.
All right.
Careful. I'm frail.
Frail. And Terrell says something in a language none of you understand to the other Minotaur that was standing on deck, who kind of smiles and laughs a little. And then proceeds to walk back out the way that he came, out onto the deck, and the door shuts. And you hear what clearly sounds like some sort of cursing coming from the cell that Terrell was pushed into. You don't understand it, but it's clearly cursing.
Terrell, what's going on here? He's right next to me, right? Like I can't see him, but the cell's right by us.
You guys are all kind of in this first area here. Kind of, I'll draw a circle just so you guys kind of know where you're at.
We can put our characters on there, right?
Oh yeah, we can do that too. I can just drag you guys in there. Makes it easier.
I just put myself in a cell, but you can put me wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw you guys kind of all in the same. Oops. You guys can all in the same spot here. Did that work? There he is. Why is he so little?
Why is it not working?
And then whisper. There you go. You guys are all in your little cells. Yeah. So you yell out to Terrell. Is that what you do?
Yeah, it's go. What's going on here, Terrell? Why are you in a cell with us?
He growls. You can hear growling from over there. As I said, Boda doesn't take kindly to failure. This is going to be more difficult than I expected.
I can't believe you wanted to come back to this. The way they even treat you, one of their slave owners. What is it you do here, Terrell?
You'll get your audience. I told you you would.
You got something better to do? Looks like you're locked up too. You can't talk?
He doesn't give you any reply. Sounds like you do sound like you hear some pacing that's happening in the cell, though.
I'm gonna try to message him, because that would probably be the best way to communicate. And I'll probably just, I don't know how much time we're going to be in here, but I'll probably just keep trying till I can do it. Unless people freak out.
Yeah, we'll give you the same kind of Arcana check to see if you can do it. That's fine.
I wouldn't know he's doing that.
I did not do it.
No, not yet. Okay, you can keep talking if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Terrell, where do you get your slaves from? How do you guys come across these slaves here that you all own? Are they criminals or common folk that you take from their homes?
I have nothing to say to you, human. I'm trying to figure out how to save my life and to fulfill the ridiculous promise that I made to you. Leave me.
You're not man enough to tell me if you're taking little kids from their bedrooms or criminals for your slaves?
You can roll a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm.
Nice work.
Yeah, solid.
Solid loser.
He says, "Leave me be, squishy human. I may go back on this promise yet."
I at least hope Minotaur's a man of their word. Minotaur of their word. I kind of stutter and correct myself.
Well, actually, to tell you the truth,
I did roll successful on the history check.
You did.
Minotaur, right? Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
Tell you the truth, they are known to keep their word. Even though they may be kind of evil, they're known to keep their word. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
You mid-conversation, you hear this bellowing roar that comes from him. You can tell that he is clearly frustrated.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I assume the cell's just empty, nothing at all in here.
Yeah, there's nothing in here. Similar to the boat, it's a little better condition as far as upkeep, but the walls are stone. The door is actually made of, looks like a stout wood actually. But like I said, the only light that you're getting into these rooms at all is just from that very small 4x4 window that's got a bar in the center of it. That's coming in.
Doorway.
What's that?
The door, is it like a steel gate, metal bar?
It's a wooden door, but it's framed in metal. It's a very sturdy door.
I'm gonna start a long rest if I can.
Okay, you can try. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I guess it can't hurt if we're sitting here in the cell.
Yeah, because we'll level up if we get one. That might help.
I doubt it.
We're gonna actually, whoever wants to, we'll say, because we'll leave it up to chance. We'll give it a 50-50 chance. So whoever wants to roll it, we'll say if it's
Lucky
do a
man.
D10 or a D100, whatever. If it's higher than 50%, we'll say you get enough time for a long rest.
You should.
I'm rolling it.
Yeah, you're the gamer. Totally. I trust your dice over mine, except for
That dice, that 4.
Yeah, except for that time, right?
Yeah.
So we'll say after about 4 hours, you hear the door slam open.
I'm just sleeping. What's going on?
You're woken from your fitful slumber, although it was better than obviously the ship or anything else that you had. And you see the same Minotaur that was on the ship walk in and say, he stops in front of Terrell's door and says something you don't understand. The door unlocks and Terrell walks out. He follows the other Minotaur out, and they shut the door. Approximately 30 minutes later, the door opens again, and in walks the same Minotaur. Not Terrell, just the other Minotaur, and he says, "Well, you've got your audience," he says with almost a laughing tone. "It was a pleasure knowing you." He opens the door to the walkway, and in walk 6 of the beast folk, all armed with crossbows. Each one of them walks up to your cells, unlocks them, and motions you out with the crossbows. The Minotaur kind of standing in the center, overseeing everything. "Let's go. Boat is waiting."
All right, careful.
He walks you out the same way that you came. Walks you along the ramp, the walkway, I should say, back down into the courtyard, and you see that a small crowd has gathered here of mostly beast folk. You can tell that they're looks like they're trying to busy themselves with menial tasks. Everything from looks like running goods back and forth. One looks like they're cleaning clothing in kind of a bucket. Another appears to be sweeping, and they all kind of pause and look in your direction as you guys are ushered out and headed down. But you head down into this section here. You can see in this, if you slide the map over a little bit, this section here, which is all gravel. You can tell that it's not the same dirt that was around the exterior of the compound. This whole area is all dirt. We'll walk you over to this main door right here. They open the door and they usher you in. You walk inside and you see, if I can reveal this here. You see the entryway is lined with 6 pillars that run all the way up to the ceiling in here. It's a very high ceiling. It looks like it's about 40 feet high. These pillars that looks like they're crafted of very fine marble or have been, looks like chiseled and carved into images of minotaurs. You can tell that this doesn't quite mirror the rest of the architecture in the building. It looks like a relatively recent addition in comparison to the rest of the building. They've been added here. There's a fine, was at one time probably an extremely fine, but a little bit worn tapestry or carpet that's been laid down in the entryway, leading up to what appears to be a raised dais with a makeshift kind of throne set in place. You can tell that the throne probably once came from a fine manor house. It's not a throne, but it's definitely nicer than anything you've seen in quite a while. But the dais appears to have been added at some point as well. And on this dais sits a minotaur who is very oddly colored. He's almost albino. He's very white in color. He's got patches of black that streak down on either side of his neck that come to a point right above at his chest. And to his left sits what appears to be, and you guys can roll a nature check if you want to determine what kind of creature it is, but it looks to be a miniature red dragon sitting next to him.
So the guy in the middle, what is he again? Can you go over his description again?
The one sitting on the throne,
Yeah.
He's a minotaur, but he's a very oddly colored. He's almost albino white. Very, very large. I mean, all minotaurs are large, but he seems pretty large. And he's got these distinctive black patterns in his fur that come down on either side of his neck that come down to a point kind of right at his chest on either side. And he's sitting in this chair in the throne, leaning back with one hand resting on top of this small, let's see, would you roll? Alundo, Strider, you think it's a small dragon. Alundo, you know it to be a fire drake that is sitting there, and he's just stroking the back of this fire drake as you guys walk up onto this dais. The beast folk prod you into position, I guess I can drag you guys out here and do it that way too. I'll just pull you over from the pens. They line you up across in front and force you into a kneeling position. You can all make perception checks real quick if you want.
Certainly. So what's his name gets automatic 20? Whisper.
Yeah, Whisper will know, I'm pretty sure. The rest of you probably will too. Not that hard, but I just want to see who knows and who doesn't.
Whisper didn't get any better.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 24. That was my
Nice.
roll. The
Cool.
first roll is Whispers. I don't know if it's waste of a 20, probably, though.
You guys happen to notice right at the front of the dais, most of you do, right at the front of the dais, there's looks like a hastily mopped up blood pool, and looks to be like a blood trail that kind of leads off in this direction of the room over here. And I didn't reveal it. There's a small door over here that it looks like it goes through over here too. There's a door right there.
A blood trail that goes off from where?
I'm getting it. Hold on a
Okay,
second.
no problem.
Trying to reveal it without revealing all everything.
I bet you. I wonder if they have a tool that lets you do like circles or like odd
There's
shapes,
a
not just squares.
polygon tool, but it
Oh.
kind of sucks.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. That's kind of where it is. You can kind of see the edge of the door right there. All right, you guys get the point. Anyways, the door is kind of like right here.
Right there, right?
Yeah. Other than that, the chamber is pretty circular, actually, or completely circular, I should say.
Right?
He looks down. It seems to take a few moments and look at each one of you in turn.
Is our Minotaur guy still in the room? Is he in the room?
Yes, he's standing kind of back here, back by this pillar, kind of off here behind you guys. And there are still the guards that came in. The 6 of them are kind of lined up along this back wall back here by the door, but kind of around the perimeter a little bit. He looks down at you and he says, "Well, what do we have here?" The voice does not match what you would expect from a Minotaur at all. So, you know.
That's hilarious.
And I would reply, Lord Boda, may I speak? My name is Captain Strider Longshank.
He looks over at the Minotaur on the pillar behind you. "I didn't expect them to have manners. This is a pleasant surprise. Somebody should have told Terrell that manners were important. I guess he won't have that opportunity, will he?" He starts laughing to himself a bit.
Pardon me, your kind highness, is that your name?
Lord Boda works. King Boda, whatever you'd like is fine.
Then
I'll answer to any of those, as long as there's some sort of proper title, of course.
Oh, okay, King Boda, what happened to Tyrell?
He's of no consequence. I will say, though, that those who do not please me do not end up well in the eyes of Opata. You have no idea who Opata is, by the way.
Lord, can I
Or
ask...
the name. You can roll. You absolutely can roll. Yep.
Lord, can I ask you, who is Opata?
I'll just ask him, and then I'll roll too. What is it, history or arcana?
History.
History it up. Oh my god, that was low. See, this is one I want to know.
Yeah.
The
He
blood
looks
I
at
could have
you
cared
kinda
less.
oddly.
What's that?
He looks at you kind of oddly when you ask that. You've never heard of Opata?
No,
Well-
I'm actually a scholar, and I haven't. It's just interesting.
Perhaps we can spend some time in the future and we'll discuss Opata at length. Just know that his favor is something that you should seek.
Oh, that would be very exciting, in fact.
But let's get down to business. My time is precious, after all. I have a lot to do. Many the slave to barter, many the coin to make.
Yes.
So, what brings you back here other than the fact that I'm sure you don't want to die? He starts laughing a bit.
That was funny.
And I wet myself.
Lord Boda, I believe there has been some confusion here. I'm sure we don't appear as your average slave here. We are not slaves at all. As I started to say, my name is Strider Longshank. I'm actually a ship captain. We were coming to your island to find out about information about these collars, to be honest with you. We did not come here with any ill intention other than to address our issue of these collars.
As you're talking, you see him motion with one hand, and one of the beast folk come running up with pretty big book, actually, and kind of set it in his lap. He kind of appears to kind of halfway be listening to you as he's leafing through this book. And he says, yes. You said Strider, correct? Yes. I have it right here. Yes, the captain seems to be off of this, but, no matter. So I see that you were here, looks to be about, 3 weeks ago. And, what are the rest of your names? I can tell you as well if you're interested.
I'm Alden the Wise.
They would all say their names. We would kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whisper, and everyone's like, what did he say?
Yeah.
Whisper.
Speak up, man. He says, speak up, man.
I'm sorry, he has a speech
Whisper.
problem. I could never hear him.
Yes. It looks as if you were all here about roughly the same time. Interesting, since there seems to be no other ties between you, but no matter. All brought in by... what was his name? He's looking through the book. No matter. Some random goblin captain.
Did we know that goblin
respect-
captain's name? Did we hear his name? I think we did. On that
You
first
did.
ship, yeah. What was it? You want me to roll history to get it? Oh, I
yeah, you can.
actually I might have written it down. Let me see. Of course, I wouldn't have notes here anyways, but I'm sure.
That's good.
No, I have Holog's Dream was the.
That's it.
That
wait, so let me
Holog,
clarify
yeah.
something.
Holog was his name, was
Okay.
the captain, actually. That was the goblin captain.
Okay.
Oh,
clarify
yes,
something
you're talking
I
about
didn't-
Holog. He was quite a jolly fellow.
In this scenario, I didn't wake up on the ship with them, right?
You did not. No, you did not.
Oh yeah, you
How
came
did-
in later. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You did
So-
not. But he does have your name in the book, just so you know.
But clarify for me, like I woke up with no recollection of what happened, and I just had the collar on.
Nope, you woke up in a cage, if you remember.
Yeah, but I don't know how the collar got on. I
Right,
don't
yeah, you
know
don't know how the color got there. Yep, you don't know how the color got there.
So I explain. Respectfully, Lord Boda, I am no slave. I woke up with a loss of memory and a collar around my neck, and I have came here of my free will to find more information.
I see. Very interesting. He looks at the rest of you. Do any of you remember how you got the collars around your neck? He looks at the four of you,
No, not
and
exactly.
then he looks around at the rest of the beast folk, and he says, "How about any of you? Do any of you remember?" And they all shake their head. So, as you can see, Strider, you may not know how you all got to this point, but you're all in the same predicament. Well, although yours is unique. So, let's get down to business, shall we? I'm a businessman, if you haven't noticed. And I don't enjoy killing random slaves. It's gotten to be a bore for me. So, I am assuming that you all enjoy your lives. So
Yes, very much.
what should we do in this scenario? What prevents me from sending out my ships and just taking everything that you have from your ship that's out 10 miles from my compound and just taking everything that you own? What could you possibly offer me in return for your lives?
How about we can serve you as non-slaves?
Lord Boda, I'm not sure what one of these measly slaves are worth to you, but I'm sure greater compensation can easily be arranged once I've returned to the shore. I have many resources and friends, and could easily compensate you more than any single slave could. And I'm sure you see, I'm not just a common folk here. As you said, I'm not like your other slaves.
Let's see. You can do either it's going to be the same roll. I was going to say either a persuasion or performance, if you'd like, but it's going to be the same roll.
I don't think I've ever rolled a performance after the same. I'll probably roll that.
Sure, whatever you like.
The good old I can give you back more money later that people just seem to fall for in all the movies.
True. Oh, not bad. He says, that is an interesting thought. I don't think I believe you, but I do. I do like the idea of some more coin. I can always use more coin.
I know you don't know much about me, but you can take me for my word. I returned your Minotaur on the promise of a council with you, and we left him unharmed. I am a man of my word. You can trust me.
He looks over at the Minotaur standing behind you. He says, Bertru? Did Terrell say that before you took his head? And Bertru says, I believe Terrell did make a promise to these humans that to gain an audience and followed through on it. I do believe that they cut him loose before they returned to the ship. And Bodis says, well, at least we know the humans are trustworthy. That's one step forward. It gets more interesting all the time.
And to add, I'm sure you realize we are mighty handy with our swords. That's not as a threat, but we might be able to come in handy back on land if you ever need to call upon us.
Well, I don't use a sword, though. I mean,
Well, that's interesting. I do have need of some some folks to be able to take care of a small problem that I have. Maybe you'd be just the group to do so for me. We'll have to do something about those collars, though, because it appears, we should check on that first. Zetrix! He yells off. Don't hear anything for a moment. He shakes his head. Goddamn lizard. Zetrix! He yells even louder. And you see the doorway kind of behind you, back by the Minotaurs, this big double door back here. Swings open. And in comes another Minotaur who is jet black in color. Quite a bit smaller than an average Minotaur. He's actually smaller than Owen. He's wearing these purple robes that have various bullheads on them embroidered randomly down the sides that are happening there. And he comes walking in, and he's carrying a very large, size of a sapling, probably 4 inches around, wooden staff, you'd say, that has no ornamentation on it at all. It's completely solid, but it's an extremely round piece of wood, very, very large. He can barely get his hands around it. It's so large, and he's using it as a walking stick as he walks in. And he walks in and he says, Yes, did you summon me, Boda? He's talking, he has a very hoarse, kind of gravelly voice, although he does not appear to be very old age-wise. He looks to be, even on maybe on the younger side in comparison to some of the other Minotaurs you've seen around. But his voice is very gravelly, very, very hoarse-sounding. Boda says, Well, yes, that's why I was calling your name, if that is your name, is it not? Zetrix, can you please take care of these... Let's call them guests for now. How's that? And Zetrix just kind of shakes his head. We need to do something about these collars before they all of a sudden are no longer of any use to me. Zetrix says, Yes, Boda, I will take care of it. Come along. He abruptly turns around and walks through the double doors. The 6 beast lords, I keep calling them that, beast folk immediately fall in behind you, as well as the Minotaur, and they usher you out. And Boda says, We'll see you shortly. I just wanted to make sure that there was no problem that interrupted our conversation. I'd hate for you all to drop dead.
I thank you, Lord Boda, and if I may, I do have something to offer you that is of very, very great value if I could have a private audience.
Yes, we'll talk later. He waves his hand kind of off.
Well, I think that went rather well. I mean, yeah, we're gonna get the colors off and everything.
Hold your horses, old man.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Nothing here is turning out well.
No, I mean, no, he said he's gonna help us. That's fine.
So it takes you out onto this area here that you thought originally. Oops, let me see if I can show it to you. What you originally thought was a secondary wall that was there. It's actually kind of a hollowed out tunnel that runs in between that you now see is even a secondary, an outer wall and an inner wall here. It's lit by torches on the interior, and he walks over to the set of double doors. Hastily produces something from his pocket, you're assuming is probably a key, unlocks it, pushes open the doors to the interior, and then hastily goes inside. See if I can do this the right way this time. There should definitely be a circular tool here. It would be much, much easier.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't think they even have one on Fantasy Grounds either. I don't know why, but they don't.
So he walks you into what appears to be his personal chambers. There's a bed in here that's pretty nicely made. There's 2 desks in here. One that appears to have, Alondo, looks to be spell components and vials of other things and some mixtures, as well as a book that's laid out. The other one appears to be more of a writing desk. There's also the head of some beast on the wall that appears to be some sort of a strange hybrid you've never seen before. It's large. It's got kind of it's like a furry body. But it's got the head of, looks like a squid almost, that's coming off. You would almost think it looks like some sort of an octopus that's mounted on there, but it's a strange looking creature that's mounted on the wall. But he walks in and he says,
"Do I know
put
of
them
it?
there." What's that?
Would I know of it?
You can roll if you want, sure.
Is it a history or arcana or nature?
It would be history for sure, yeah. It's some sort of beast. Yeah, you've seen these in books before. Only, and what gives it away is kind of the fur on the body itself. It looks to be almost like horse hair on the body, and then this head. And you've only ever heard of them. You've never seen them before. You've never even met anybody that's ever even seen one before. But this is something that's called a sea centaur.
All right. Strange.
So they usher you in, and Zetrix says, "Put them there." And the beast folk again push you to your knees, kind of all lined up in a row. We'll just say, I'm not going to bring you guys over there, but kind of right in this area right here, kind of catty corner to that desk, kind of in a row facing north. And he stands in the center and he says, "None of you are going to be any trouble, are you?"
No.
No, we're in your house, Lord Boda. We are just here to talk.
Do not call me that name. My name is Zetrix. Boda is who you left. Do never, ever confuse us again. You, he points at the beast folk and at the Minotaur. Out! Leave us! The Minotaur says, but he says, "Leave us now!" And they walk out and shut the double doors behind them. It's just you and the wizard sitting there. He says, "Now, let's get this taken care of." He walks over to the writing desk, seems to slide open the drawer from underneath, and he pulls out a crystal. It's about the size of his fist, and it's looks to be semi-transparent, like a bluish green. And as he holds it in his hand, you can see the colors kind of swirl within it. He says, "This won't hurt a bit." And he walks up and he touches the crystal. First off, do you let him? He walks up because you guys are bound and you're kind of kneeling at this point, but you still have movement of your head. Do you let him touch the crystal to your neck? We'll say he starts with you, Strider.
I mean, I would let him, and like I guess as he was doing it, I would be saying, Mr. Zetrix, why do you work for Lord Boda?
We will get to we will get to that. Let me take care of this first.
And I'm definitely letting him. I'm just
okay.
Trying.
He walks up. He touches the crystal to your collar, and you feel it all of a sudden slightly grow warm, and you feel the warmth radiate from the front where he touched the crystal all the way around the back of your neck, and you can feel it there. It gets very warm, and then it feels like someone just dumped ice water down the back of your neck. It immediately cools off and kind of stays, and it doesn't break loose or anything, but it's now there. He walks over to Owen.
I hold up my arms to him that are bound.
Yes?
Aren't you supposed to free us? We're guests now.
We'll talk. Wait a moment. He walks over, he touches Owen. Same thing happens. Walks over, touches each one of you in turn. Exactly the same feeling overcomes you. He walks back to the desk, opens what appears to be the drawer, puts it back in place, and comes over. Well, now you have 30 days before you'll have a problem with these collars. And I've also made it so that you are bound to me versus no one. But your fate lies with myself.
Oh.
No one will know this but me. It will appear that Boda is your rightful master. But it will be me that controls your fate. So let's talk about the real reason that I would waste my time on folks like you. Boda must go.
Why?
What do you mean?
The buffoon has no idea how to lead this group. His might is all that keeps him in place, and my brethren are too stupid to understand that there's more to leading than muscle. You must rid me of Boda. Do this, and I will free you. Officially, once and for all, you'll never have to be a slave from the Hellcats again.
Oh, yes.
How do you expect us to rid you of Lord Boda in his fortress?
That's up to you. I will arrange it and tell Boda that you have graciously decided to stay and to help us in our conquest here, to rule the South Sea, and offer up your blade as you did moments ago, to undertake whatever tasks may need be done when the opportunity presents itself.
Is Whisper right next to me?
Yeah, Whisper's there, yep.
I would kind of just like look over at Whisper and ask if he trusts him. And I'm assuming Whisper's gonna roll if this guy's deceiving us at all.
Sure, you can do that.
You want to roll for Whisper?
Sure. Yeah. What does he roll?
Insight.
Yeah, so I'm saying,
Insight.
do you trust him? I'll ask Whisper.
15.
He thinks he's being truthful. He thinks he wants him gone. and he doesn't think that he's deceiving you about letting you go.
So Whisper just nods his head, like, yeah.
Sir, can you tell us? You got my attention. I am interested in your plan, but beyond that, you would have to help us with some other things. Both now to be able to do this for you, we would need not only to be alone with Lord Boda, but we would need our armament, our weaponry back.
You are not in a position to negotiate, if you haven't noticed.
This is no negotiation. I'm trying to do as you said, but we cannot take out Lord Boda with nothing. We're not even unbound yet, sir.
I think he needs to explain what he has in mind exactly. I might want to wait, Strider.
Do have a plan, but I will tell you now that I will not be dirtying my hands in this at all. I will be far away from this, as far as I can be, so that it will not be tied back to me.
Oh, yes.
I will tell you that Boda has a taste for the new incoming slaves, and he seems to frequent their pens weekly. He's smart enough to not have a normal pattern, a normal day, but he does seem to frequent every week. He finds himself a new slave as a toy, and they are never to return, but he has a taste for them, and that's probably the most alone you're going to get him.
That would sound like a good place. But again, how do you expect us to take care of a very, very sturdy looking Minotaur, if I've ever seen one, such as Lord Boda, without anything?
Yes.
There is one among us who recognizes my authority and understands what I will bring as leader of the Hellcats. Seek him out, and he may be able to provide you with some assistance in order to get your task done. Nabaru is his name, and he frequently is assigned to the slave pens in the overnight hours.
Where did we just see his name at?
I don't remember that name. Borrow?
Oh.
Nabaru.
Oh, okay.
And Navarro is someone that would be cleaning the pens?
He is a Minotaur guard.
Can you spell out this, or tell me what this guy's name is again?
Nabaru, N-A...
That guy. I mean, this guy.
Zetrix. Zetrix. Z-E-T-R-I-X. Zetrix.
Z-E-T-R-I-X. Us and wants to kill Nabar, right?
Nabaru, he wants... Zetrix wants Boda.
Oh,
dead.
yeah, to kill.
Nabaru is your contact to maybe provide some sort of aid.
Are you going to be able to get us free access to these pens you speak of?
You will return to them nightly, where your new home will be as long as you are residents here.
Residents. I guess we could be temporary residents to help you with this plan, as long as we have your word that you will take care of us as well.
Do this, and I will free you.
And I kind of look over at like Alondo and Owen.
Whisper's gonna check the way he says, "I will free you."
Okay.
Definitely. Well, better than nothing.
Yeah, he thinks he doesn't see anything obvious there that he's being deceptive. He thinks he's means what he says. So, do we have a deal?
Aye.
I mean, we don't really have much of a choice, and this is kind of interesting in some ways. And free us? What do you mean by free us? You don't mean like access?
And
Do you?
I say we'll do your dirty work for you. Again, as long as we have your word that you'll not only free us, but you're going to take care of us after I assume you are looking to be in control of this.
Indeed, there very well may be a working relationship that'll be possible in the future if all goes as planned. I'm not ungrateful for those who helped me.
We will back you to gain power as long as we have your word that you will help us as needed.
I will do as I have said.
Right? Well, okay.
He says, so we have a deal.
We have an agreement. And I hold my arms up.
Oh, yes, I guess so.
Do the same.
You still need to have an audience with Boda. And I would suggest that you play along and let him know that, exactly as we spoke, that you'd like to stay on and help with whatever tasks he has. As he hinted, he has need of a group to take care of some business. So I would volunteer for that if he offers it.
He mentioned that.
Right. It sounds good. I mean,
will we be able to communicate with you again alone when needed?
No. We will not speak again until it is done. If you need anything, it's all to be through Nabarro. And only Nabarro, I would caution you. The rest are fiercely loyal to Boda.
do you have any operatives? Anyone else that we should be aware of?
None that you'll be able to reach, and none in this compound.
Zentrix, my friend here is familiar with some magic as well. I see that you may practice in similar magic. Do you have anything here that might be for us?
Yes, I didn't think about that.
For taking out Lord Boda.
You can give yourself inspiration for that one, Strider. That was good.
Yes, actually, any spells you might have, I could write it in my spell book. In fact, I wouldn't mind trading or anything like that. I mean,
and again, this may make the task at hand easier, considering we do not know what type of battle is in our path.
You guys can roll persuasion with advantage since you both are working on that together. Whoever wants to roll it, whoever's better.
My persuasion probably isn't so good, but
Mine did one.
for some reason, I think mine is 0. Yours is -1. You said?
Yeah.
Wait, let me find my character sheet.
I don't think you guys are very charismatic.
No, none of us picked charismatic characters.
But it makes sense for mine. That's what I kept telling Ben. That's the one spot.
Yeah, I'm at 0, so I can just roll. Because you're at -1, right?
I'm at -1.
All right, I'll just roll.
oh yes, I could use it.
Oh, at least I got advantage. Ooh. Only thing
Good
saving me.
thing. Good thing. He says, I may have something laying around. If I can find anything, I will give it to Nabarro to give to you at a later date. At some time that's far less conspicuous than now.
We will look for Nabarro when we have an opportunity to speak with him privately.
Indeed. Well, this should be interesting.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. This is our ticket out of here, and you can consider it done as long as everything goes to plan. If we can get Lord Boda alone in those pens, consider him as good as dead.
I like the confidence. I hope that you're as good as you claim to be, since your life depends on it.
Yes,
Guards!
I think so.
Guards! We're done! He yells. And the door pops open, and the beast folk come in, as well as the Minotaur, and they stand him up and he says, you can return them to Boda now. They are properly bound. Minotaur nods, and they march you out back to the main chamber. They head you back, and it does not appear that Boda has moved, although he does have one of the beast lords has a dish, and there is some fruit on it that he's daintily picking from as eating, and he's tossing it in the air and watching the fire drake snap out of the air as it lands in front of him. Now you've returned, he says. Oh, wonderful.
Hello.
Take a sip. Kneel. Take a kneel. And they set you down in front of him.
Yes, Lord.
Neil.
Well, it's wonderful to see that I no longer have to worry about you
Back.
dropping dead mid-conversation. That would have been no fun. So where were we?
Yes,
to the
you
door.
had a task for us, and
Task, that's right, Task, that's where we were, indeed. So, I believe that the Strider fellow was just saying how capable you were, if I believe right, and, we did have somebody collaborate that, did we not? Yes, I believe we did. So, that's wonderful. I do find myself having an issue with some of my, shall we call them, trade routes. And I need someone to go and to eliminate the problem so that I can continue my free enterprise. As I'm sure you well know as studied people, I can see this one here, he points at Olindo, knows his way around a book or two.
yes.
But you must have free enterprise, and you must have effective trade if you're to grow your business. And business has been good, but it hasn't been great. Only because of those blasted fists.
Yes.
Lord Boda, I believe we could help you with that problem. Where are your trade routes, may I ask?
We'll provide you with the proper documentation, but it's to the south. The south and the east of here. There's a particular settlement that's very fond of some of the slaves that we have. The merchandise is of a particular type that they will pay royally for. The coin is twice what I normally receive, and I've been unable to do that because I keep getting interrupted.
Excuse me, but I am new to these waters. Is this on your island or another island?
On this compound. No. It's on the coast to the south.
If
I'll have one of my people give you the details. I don't concern myself
Wait.
with that. Just
What do you want us to do exactly?
Lord Boda, I'm sure whatever it is, we could help you, and we are very capable, as you may have already heard. Your Minotaur was easy pickings for us, but if we may, could we rest here for some time to regain our strength as we have just left the battle?
is that a yes then? You'll take me up on my offer to take care of my problem?
Oh, 100%. We are here to we're in your hands right now, and I'm a man of my word. I will take care of that for you.
Wonderful.
We just could use, again, maybe a warm meal and a bed for a day or two just to regain our strength.
Indeed, you don't need to leave until tomorrow. I believe that Zetrix took care of that for you. You should have more than enough time to take care of these tasks before we need to worry about the collars.
He said we would have a few weeks at least.
Wonderful.
Well, yes,
May we, respectfully, Lord, may we be freed of our boundings now. I do. You can trust us. We're here to take care of this debt and get these collars removed.
He says, make no mistake, there's no trust here, friend. I trust no one, but you're not about to do anything with those collars around your neck, so of course you can be freed, and we'll supply you with the necessary resources, of course, for your endeavor when it comes to that. But until then, we'll get you to your quarters and get you guys comfortable until the morrow. He looks around. Let me look. He says, Amita! Looks back behind him. Amita! Another Minotaur comes from, you didn't see him, comes from that doorway that where was drugged. The blood trail went out. Says, Amita! Take them! Take them to their quarters, release them, and fill them in on what the task entails. He says, yes, Boda. And he walks you over. He says, come with me. Until we meet again, good luck on your venture. Hopefully we'll see you soon. And take care of those fists for me as well.
Okay. Good day, Lord.
What do you think
Nice
we
to
care
meet you.
of this?
Oh, one more thing. I should mention that I would be willing to write about you. I was one of the members of the Candle Keep, and perhaps we could keep history of you. Yes.
Are you a bard, good sir? You don't appear to be a bard. I don't
Not
see any.
a bard. I was a scholar.
Oh, well, I do enjoy history from time to time, although I do enjoy the finer flourishes that a bard. Maybe you could find me a bard, good sir. You think maybe in your, if you come across a bard, bring me one back.
Oh, that's
Matter
a
of
good
fact,
plan.
make a note of that. He calls over the Beast Lord, and they could bring their book, and she scratches something down in the book. Until then, Amita, take them.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Good day. He kind of issues you out and goes back to petting the drake and eating grapes.
He's an interesting character. Cool, that's cool, man.
He's very odd. So they take you out through the double doors into the courtyard area.
What's Amita that's taking us out? Is that another Minotaur?
Just one. This Amita character, who's he's a very odd looking Minotaur as well. He looks more like a cow. He's kind of black and white splotched. He's kind of got a very, very bovine face to him, too, more than a traditional Minotaur. He's got a very, very cow-like face to him. And he walks a little bit with a stoop, too. He's definitely not anywhere near as chiseled and as toned as the other Minotaurs you've seen. He's still huge, but he's not. He does not appear to be one that is combat ready, I should say.
Amita, I've seen some of your kind, and I am curious to ask. I've never seen so many different Minotaurs here. What have brought you all to this compound?
He says, make no mistake, human. We are not friends. We will not converse about anything that Boda has not allowed me to converse with you about. Keep your questions to the task at hand, and we will have no problems. If not, I will call the beast folk, and you will be gagged and bound.
We're not friends, but I believe we are on the same side right now.
Come inside. He opens the door, and you guys walk in, and you see that there are rows and rows and rows of benches in here. Wooden benches, and there's looks like there are makeshift kind of bedrolls that are in place. It looks like canvas that's kind of been sewn together crudely and laid out in here. You look and you can see that this continues down below you. You really can't tell from the map here, but there's a grating below you, And as you look down in the grating, you can see that there are layers and layers and layers that goes down into the ground here. And kind of off, you don't see any sort of a stairwell or anything else in here. But as you kind of look down, you can see that it looks like there's at least two that you can see below you, layers of the same kind of a layout. And it looks as if this is kind of an area where maybe the slaves are kept. You can see that there are random spots that are there that looks like there's a few chamber pots in here as well, that are, various levels of cleanliness. And then there is a small fire pit in the center that probably is the only source of heat that's here. But there are no windows in this room. When you look up, you can see at the very top that there are a few slit holes there, probably to let the smoke out from the fire. But there's no other source. He says, "Welcome home."
Amita, who can we speak about our mission? Who give us the details?
Me, sit. He sits and he pulls out.
We also
He reaches
need our
into his
equipment,
pocket.
too.
He reaches into his pocket. He pulls out a set of keys. He starts walking up and unlocking your shackles.
Oh, thank you. Many kind. Oh, this is... Shackles are horrible.
Yeah, you guys are, just from that short time, your wrists are pretty raw. And they hurt pretty badly, both your ankles and your wrists. You guys are obviously not used to wearing shackles other than, weeks ago for that time, short time. So it's a very uncomfortable feeling. He says, here's the information that I've been allowed to share with you regarding your task. You and a crew of beast folk and one minotaur will sail to the coast to the southeast. From there is a small encampment fort that contains a detachment of the Flaming Fists. You guys can roll history if you'd like to see if you know what the Flaming Fists are.
Actually, I mean, if it's I'm awesome. I actually do. I mean, if they're Forgotten Realms Flaming Fist, if it's the same, so.
Yes, they are the same. It's a shame you don't know that. It's funny because that's probably something you've seen a lot of in books, but that's okay.
You could probably say I have a advantage on basic knowledge.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't
okay.
matter. It's
I'm
fine.
sure if you go, the rest of you guys, you can go the rest of them too, because it's a common enough thing. You guys have probably heard about it, but
yeah, I'm just not recalling the exact details because I've been locked up, and
yes,
we haven't
kind of
eaten,
us, right?
and I'm just like, this is not my cush book reading.
You guys are focusing very hard on kind of what he's saying, not so much about what's happening. So
yeah.
But anyways, you guys can roll if you want. If the rest of you guys want to roll real quick, I'm sure somebody's going to get close enough that I can give you some information.
That's how that always works. Someone rolls eventually.
Is that 14 good enough? You need another.
Yeah,
one.
that's good enough for some basic information, anyways. So you guys know that the Flaming Fist is a mercenary company. That kind of, you guys suck. Which kind of originally was based out of Baldur's Gate. And they kind of were almost like a police force for Baldur's Gate at the time. And since then, this is years and years ago, they've kind of expanded and now are more a group that's kind of for hire. And they kind of will typically work for either larger cities or for powerful people doing their bidding more than anything else. So you guys know that much about them anyways.
I say back to Nita. I am familiar with the Flaming Fists. Who's hiring them these days?
That we do not know. So, as Boda said, you need to eliminate the problem. But we also need to know who is pulling the strings behind it. What we know is that they have at least 2 vessels that patrol the waters through the center of our most direct route. And we need them eliminated.
I
Alright.
think we can handle that as we told Lord Boda. Besides do you know how many men we should expect on the vessels?
I have not sailed and typically they do not leave survivors or even return our ships. So it's difficult to know. But from what I've been told, and if it follows pattern, they typically use smaller strike forces, attack with speed and stealth, steal aboard, kill the captain and the officers, seize the ships, and then steal off into the night. So I would not expect a direct confrontation from a large vessel.
All right. You want us to destroy the ship?
You need to stop the Flaming Fists from disrupting our routes. Whatever that entails. Destroy the ships. Kill them all. Whatever. Stop.
Amita, are they blocking your incoming slaves?
We are not able to get to some of our most profitable areas along the coast because they keep interrupting our trades.
Do you
Alright.
deliver slaves to those coasts or pick up?
Indeed, we do both, but for these settlements specifically, they do enough trade that we bring them to them. They'll take entire boatloads.
I see.
And
How do you suppose we stop them? I mean, we need more information, like who are their commanders, who leads them, how many
Amita,
boats do they have?
we're going to need our weapons back.
You'll be provided with provisions once aboard the ship. I've given you all the information that I've been authorized to. It's up to you to figure out how to take care of these fists. As I said, you were the ones who were claimed to Boda that you were capable. It's time to prove it.
As I said, we are capable, and we're on the same side now, Amita. We don't need to talk about what you were authorized. You can just have a conversation since we are allies, if you will.
He giggles.
Were
You
with
you are a slave, and I am a vassal of Boda. You will get nothing more from me than what I am told to tell, and that will be the end of it.
Does he have a collar on?
He does not.
Okay,
No.
he does not.
were you
Alright.
friends with the Minotaur that your Boda killed today?
He kind of takes a sidelong glance, looks down. And Terrell failed. We all know the punishment for failure.
Wait, he didn't exactly fail, actually. He brought us here, and now we're helping. So, failure, I wonder about that.
So you agree with Boda's methods? You agree that he put Terrell to death?
Boda is the leader of the Hellcats.
But not everyone agrees with the leader. That is the nature of things.
I don't know where you're from, friend. Things do not work that way.
Obviously, we are outsiders to this area. That's why I had asked if you had been friends with that Minotaur today, and if you approve of your leader's actions.
I follow Boda. You can tell he almost says it in a scripted manner, almost like something he's practiced.
We follow Boda too, and that's why we're going to take care of this mission. As I said, we're now allies.
But I do think that, unfortunately, if Tyler was with us, then he could have probably helped us, and that would have been much more efficient. But
He was a good man and a very sturdy fighter. I
yes.
don't believe any good leader should have put him to death. I understand Lord Boda has his ways, and that is your law here. But he was a loyal servant of Lord Boda as well, just as you are.
Yes, and you gotta understand, we are kind of new, and perhaps we're just not used to this way, or perhaps there's better ways. We just don't know.
You will learn soon, or you will not be here. You do not cross Boda. You do not speak badly of Boda.
Oh, no,
You
no,
do
not-
well to remember that.
Oh no, we wouldn't ever speak badly of the Lord. It just
He seemed
It just-
like a great man giving us this opportunity.
yes, and we can help.
Trying to find out more about him. Has he been your lord for a long time?
Boda has been here for as long as any of us, and will continue to be here well after us, if the stories hold true. I dally. I must go on. They will be looking for me. Tomorrow, at dawn, you sail. Someone will be by to collect you. I do not know who has been assigned to you, but they will be here at dawn. I would recommend you take every opportunity to rest. You will be undisturbed here other than for meals, but do not leave this room. If you attempt to, it will be dealt with and seen as a hostile action.
Amita, we cannot walk around the compound. Do you have meals for us now? We are very hungry.
I will have them brought then. Stay. He stands up.
Oh, he's bringing meals. Okay, I'd like a tuna fish sandwich with a side of hard-boiled eggs and
He turns
some
around and
nuts.
walks and opens the door.
Oh,
Do you expect us to defecate on the floor here?
There's chamber pots. You saw those, but yes. So,
ew,
Or
it's
they
not
should
like
go.
Candlekeep at all. Oh.
I want to see if the door is locked. I'm not going to open it. I'm just going to feel if it's locked.
it's not locked.
Well,
Let's just end here. It's too late. I got to get to bed. Let's just long rest and end here.
That's a good spot to stop. Yep.
yeah. How long do we have to rest?
Till tomorrow, so you have basically a full day.
We got like a good 12 hours.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should sneak around at night.
we
Find out more information.
can get a long rest in too, right?
Oh no, actually they know where we're at all the time. That's what I should have asked them. I'm gonna ask someone while you're.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy enough to first peek out and see if there's guards, if we're going to be able to get through. And someone's bringing us food, so we could.
I'll be able to get through. I'll just go invisible. So, but I'll turn like whisper invisible because with this hide he'll just be like impossible to find, you know. But the problem is I don't know if they keep track of us, like, you know, in Harry Potter where they have the map and they can see where everyone's at. If they got something like Harry Potter map or some shit.
You do have freshly bound collars on. I will tell you that. Just so you know.
Exactly. And then if we were caught, dead.
Oh, no, Lord Boda can't kill us. I mean, he doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
Lord Boda can't kill us. So if we're caught, he's going to find out.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, you temptress.
That's not necessarily a good thing for us if he finds that out either. So I would say, right now, we got to be on Zabrik's side. Now I'm not saying I'm not going to play both sides of that either. But right now, right now we got to lean that way. But I'm definitely going to play both sides, and I'm hoping that I assume Boda remembers that I propositioned him when I was walking out of that room that I had something of extreme value that I needed to talk to him about privately. I don't think he would wait. Personally, I wouldn't think he'd wait too long to want to talk to me about that from his character if I said it was something extremely valuable. And he, I don't know. I'm just guessing by the way he acts that he wouldn't just let me go on a mission without at least asking what I was talking about, right?
Maybe.
I
You
mean,
never know.
that's just what I'm thinking. So I don't know. We'll see.
He did say he doesn't trust anybody though, so I don't know. You'll have to see if he'll actually going to take an audience with you privately. We'll see, but you never know.
It just
Yeah, there'll
sounds like,
probably be some kind of servant there or something. So.
but he's in it for the money, right? Obviously, that's what he's a slave trader for.
Definitely in it for the money. There's no doubt about that.
And the glory, he likes people worshiping him. So.
He definitely does like that.
Yeah, I think he likes that maybe more than necessarily money, and just having people do things for him. He's seems like that kind of guy. But I don't know. We don't know him. We haven't really chatted much.
Not too much, not yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. The intrigue is really cool. It's gonna be very interesting. Are we playing again tomorrow?
We'll see. I don't know. We got to see if everybody else is available. I can play tomorrow, so
I think Chuck is available tomorrow for sure. Because he's saying, well, we're going to play tomorrow, so why don't we just play tomorrow? So that'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, we could do that.
I
I've got it.
will put
All
this
set.
movie up right away so people can
I'm
watch
like
it.
95% to play tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, if I can't, I'm probably in like the 10,000 plus range. So fuck you guys.
No kidding, right?
Mhm.
They'd be like, I'm never playing again, motherfuckers!
If I make it till 9:30 at night, because my day 2 starts at 11 a.m. So if I make it to 9:30 at night, I'll be in good shape.
You're going to be...
Like on day 2, I should hit the money. If I make it till about 1-ish to 2, I'll be in the money. Because it's day 2. I made it through a whole day 1 already, and it's a